Hello everyone, I am TJ Prime, and today we will explore a story from another world. A twisted land where evil has taken hold of everyone, even Superman. Our story begins 25 years ago in another universe, on another Krypton. The planet is on the brink of destruction, and the people are desperate to escape. The parents want to save their babies and will do anything to help them. As they progress, they reach a place with ships that their children could use to escape. But suddenly, there is a massive explosion. Jor-El has used a weapon to destroy the site. Only the strongest will survive. He asks Lara to kill everyone. No one will leave Krypton. If they do, they will only stand in the way of their son. Lara tells Jor-El that there is a rocket right in front of them. That will be Khalil's rocket. Their son is their only chance for revenge against the being who destroyed Krypton. He must not fail them. He must not fail his father. Khalil must leave this planet before it is destroyed. With the power he will gain on Earth, he will rule over all humans. But now, they must look at him. Their son appears fragile, but he must become the strongest being there. If he doesn't, then he is nothing. The rocket is launched. Lara tells her husband that all of this is his fault, Jor-El's fault. He simply tells her to shut up and die. The planet is destroyed. In space, Kal is notified of the following. Any form of weakness must be eradicated and destroyed. Internal and external weakness, only strength exists. The source of his strength will come from the destroyed remnants of planet Krypton. Consuming kryptonite will give his cells more power. But he must conserve that kryptonite carefully. He must avoid Earth's sunlight as much as possible. Its solar energy will weaken the radioactivity of the kryptonite that blooms within his cells. Human women are not suitable for him. He must not degrade himself with them. This will be Khalil's new home, but he must remember to hide from them until he is ready. Meanwhile, on Earth, at the Kent farm, the couple is arguing. Martha tells Jonathan that he is absolutely right. She blames him. He's the one who said they would be rich living in Smallville. Now the gold mine is shut down, and the house is mortgaged. They are bankrupt. Jonathan grabs her and asks if it's because she has been wasting every dollar they had. Martha tells him to let her go before she kills him. Jonathan says he won't do that. He won't do anything except what he tells her to do, as it has always been. Suddenly, their argument is interrupted by a crash. They go outside to investigate. The Kents see a pile of green rocks. From the debris emerges a child eating those rocks. Martha sees him. He looks like a very small boy. The Kents approach him, but the child uses his heat vision to burn Jonathan's arm. Once the boy gets closer, he tells them that they will be his parents. And that was Ultraman's first memory. Although the Kents didn't last long, by the time he was 7, they tried to escape the farm. By then, he didn't need them anymore and had to bury them in the cornfield. Then he burned it all and left. He left to fulfill his purpose. There were those who tried to stop him over the years. Then there were some he used and some who tried to use him, like the crime syndicate. They ruled this world until he arrived. And just as he did with Krypton, the planet was devastated. But the strongest were the ones meant to survive this attack. Ultraman thought there was nothing left to fight for. Superwoman tells him there is. Owlman mentions they need to escape. They need to save him. Although he won't come soon, that's why he's interested in this world. Even though the geography of this Earth is reversed compared to his, things initially seemed quite similar. Life behaves as it should, except when it comes to people. They protect the sick, shelter their disabled. This is not about a good world and a bad world. It's about strength and weakness. And where they have eradicated weakness, this world lets it thrive. They let their genes decay and weaken. That's why they destroyed the Justice League so easily and took over this world. If this Earth is going to survive an attack, it must be stronger, and Ultraman must be even stronger. Ultraman communicates with Greed, instructing him to continue locating kryptonite. Greed reports that he has found some, but it's insignificant. He needs to tell Deathstorm to hurry up with his little experiment. But where the hell is Stain? Greed explains that Deathstorm and Power Ring are on their way to Central City to confront the rogues. Automika is taking Johnny Quick on what seems to be a random route, attacking and killing any superhumans who challenge them. Like most of this world, many of those superheroes haven't realized what's happening. Owlman is on his way to disrupt a meeting between the powerless criminal empires. Superwoman is watching over their hooded prisoner. If the information she gathered is correct, their enemy is quite complicated. She suggests they should kill him while they have the chance. Ultraman interrupts her. He allowed her to be part of the crime syndicate for what she can do, not to hear what Greed thinks. He tells Greed he's a computer virus, trying to evolve into something that can think and feel, craving to feel something. Ultraman interrupts again, reminding Greed he's there to maintain power and communications and keep them alert. Greed informs Ultraman that the border of Kondak lies in the shadows of the eclipse. If he wants to go, he should do it now. Ultraman doesn't have time for that. He has a mandatory stop to make. He needs to see how weak this world really is. Later, at the Daily Planet, employees are evacuating the building, trying to escape. Jimmy Olsen doesn't want to leave, believing Superman will come to stop the enemies. People ignore him and keep fleeing. After what they saw today, they're sure they need to run. Jimmy Olsen needs to wake up. No one will beat the crime syndicate. It was only a matter of time before Superman lost. Mr. Lombard is surprised it took so long for some alien lunatics to take him down. Meanwhile, Mr. White is also running, now warning Lois Lane to leave the building. Lois refuses to leave, not until she has an ending for her article. Jimmy asks Lois if she thinks Superman is dead. Lois says no. Ultraman arrives and has to see how this world has weakened everything he knows. He starts with Jimmy Olsen. Ultraman stands in front of him and greets him. Jimmy wonders if this is Superman. Lois tells him it's not. Ultraman asks Jimmy what he does here, what he does for a living. Jimmy Olsen simply says he's a photographer. Ultraman grabs his arms. But what kind of photographs does he take? Are they of her? Of Lois, in exchange for favors? Jimmy says they're for the Daily Planet. Lois, angry, tells Ultraman to put him down. Khalil grabs Jimmy's hands, saying these are what he uses to take pictures for the Daily Planet. After hurting his hands, he destroys Jimmy Olsen's camera. Ultraman asks where the boy who defended him is, the one who gave Steve Lombard what he deserved for spying on his private collection. Lois tries to defend Jimmy Olsen, but Ultraman easily throws her away. The Daily Planet employees try to help, but Ultraman uses his freezing breath to finish them off. Khalil tells Jimmy Olsen not to leave yet. He's not done. Jimmy begs him not to hurt his colleagues, that whatever he wants from him, they should be left out of it. Ultraman says he's crushed his hand, and he's still worried about others. He's very disappointed in him. Then he sees it. It's coming from his watch. It's a signal for Superman. For a while, Ultraman has been hearing an annoying sound. He realizes it's coming from Jimmy's watch, a signal for Superman, an emergency call. But Jimmy must know he won't come. Ultraman is about to crush his head. Then Lois comes from behind and hits him with a typewriter. Ultraman stares at her. She is Lois Lane. She may share the same name as Superwoman, but she's clearly not her equal. Physically, he has wanted to tear that Amazon apart piece by piece for years. But that would have left their son without a proper mother. However, with this Earth's Lois Lane, he can do whatever he wants. Lois desperately screams for Superman. Ultraman tells her he's not coming. No one is coming. Greed interrupts Ultraman, but he ignores him. Greed insists, mentioning the Kondak problem. That issue must have heard Jimmy Olsen's device signal and is now heading towards them. Suddenly, Black Adam arrives from behind and pulls Ultraman out of the Daily Planet, crashing him into another building. Black Adam says, "This world is ours. I've seen it everywhere." Where was he going? In every language of every country. Ultraman has made his intentions clear. After brutally impacting him on the ground, Black Adam tells him that he and his allies have come here to rule their world. But he has dedicated his life to tearing apart those who try. He will rip him limb from limb. It seems that Black Adam won't be able to do that. Ultraman, with red eyes, says he's looking for an example of this world's strength. Let's see how long it takes to kill Black Adam. He must know that Ultraman doesn't break easily. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.